a very warm welcome to all of you students. Today we are going to discuss regarding the new topic, that is rights in the Indian Constitution. So what do you understand by the term rights? Rights are basically the claims of an individual over the other fellow being, over the society, or over the government that helps us to live happily, without fear, and without being subjected to the degraded treatment. So, we can explain the term right as those claims which are equally possible for all the citizens. Next we have is importance of right. Now rights provides us a way of living a life based on equality. It also provides us with the freedom to an individual. Now one example has been given to in your NCERT textbook, that is in 1982 during the construction work for the ASEAN Games, the government engaged a few contractors. Okay. Now these contractors have employed a large number of very poor construction workers from the different parts of the country to build the flyovers and the stadiums. So these workers were usually has been kept in very poor conditions and were paid less than the minimum wages decided by the government. So a team of social scientists have studied their poor condition, okay, and petitioned the Supreme Court. They argued that the employing a person to work for less than the minimum wages is leading to them as a beggar or a forced labor, which is also a violation of the fundamental right, that is right against exploitation. So the court accepted that appeal, okay, and directed the government to ensure that the thousands of workers must get the prescribed wages for their work. So with this example, what we see, that there was a violation of rights, and that is also that rights which has been provided in the constitution, but at the same time it has been seen that it was challenged in the court also. So as a result, what we get, that the workers could get what was due to them in the form of their rightful wages. So the constitution guarantees of the right against exploitation ensured justice to these workers. So this kind of examples proves or says that how much important rights are, okay, how much important rights are for an individual. This kind of example shows that how importance are of individual for having those rights, and of the actual implementation of these rights too, right? So a democracy must ensure that the individuals have certain rights, and that the government will always recognize these rights. Therefore, it is often a practice, you can say, in most of the democratic countries to list the rights of the citizens in the constitution. And such kind of a list of rights mentioned and protected by the constitution is called the Bill of Rights. Okay. So a Bill of Rights also prohibits the government from acting against the rights of the individuals, but at the same time, it also ensures a remedy in case there is a violation of these rights. Are you getting? So, the list of rights mentioned or protected by the Constitution is called the Bill of Rights, but at the same time, it prohibits the government from acting against the rights of individual, as well as it also ensures the remedy in case of violation of an individual's right. Next we have is fundamental rights. What do we understand by the fundamental rights? Fundamental rights, you can say that when during our freedom struggle, or when the struggling was going on for gaining the freedom, the leaders of the freedom movement had realized the importance of having a rights, okay, the importance of having the rights, and also demanded that the British rulers should respect the rights of the people. So at that time, when the realization has came up during the freedom struggle among the leaders of the movement, it has seen that in 1928 Motilal Nehru Committee had demanded a Bill of Rights in 1928. Please remember. So it was therefore natural that when India became independent and the constitution was being prepared, there was no two opinions on the inclusion as well as on the protection of the rights in the constitution. So the constitution listed the rights that would be specially protected and called them as a fundamental rights. Okay. Now, what do we actually understand by the term or by the word fundamental? Now, the word fundamental suggests that these rights are so important that the constitution has separately listed them and made the special provisions for their protection. Okay, are you getting? So, the fundamental rights are so important that the constitution itself ensures that they are not violated by the government. Okay, so beside having a fundamental right, okay, there are other different forms of right that was available to an individual, and that is ordinary right. Now, fundamental rights are different from other rights which are available to an individual. Okay, so let's see what are the basic differences between the ordinary rights and the fundamental right. First one, while ordinary legal rights are protected and enforced by the ordinary law, okay, at the same time, it is the fundamental rights which are being guaranteed as well as protected by the constitution of the country, right? Ordinary rights may be changed by the legislature by the ordinary process of lawmaking, but a fundamental right may only be changed by amending the constitution itself. That means no organ of the government can act in a manner that violates them. Okay, as well as it has also been seen that judiciary has the power and the responsibility to protect the fundamental rights from any kind of a violation with the help of action that will be taken against. Okay, so executive as well as the legislative actions can be declared illegal by the judiciary if there is a violation of the fundamental rights or there is certain kind of a restrictions that has been put on individual's fundamental right in an unreasonable manner. Therefore, or however, fundamental rights are not absolute or unlimited. Government can put reasonable restrictions on the exercise of our fundamental rights. And when it comes to putting certain restrictions, okay, on our fundamental rights, we have discussed in our previous slide that what are the conditions based on which the fundamental rights can be suspended for a particular time. So these are your introduction, or these are the topics that we have discussed today, that is difference between ordinary rights and fundamental rights. How does the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution came into existence, right? Then we have done Bill of Rights, or what do we understand by Bill of Rights. Then we have done what are the importance of rights. Okay, students. So this much for today. We will be continuing tomorrow. Thank you, class.